Washington correspondent Hannah Brandt is live for us at the White House. So, Hannah, the president just posted on social media.
Nichole, yes, this is clearly top of mind here at the White House. President Trump pointing the finger directly at the Democrats for what's happening with this shutdown and the resulting mess that it's creating at airports. On his Truth Social, he posted, "Blame the Democrats for the airport's mess," saying they want the country to do badly. He also, at the end of this post, thanked ICE agents for stepping in to help out at airports and said, "I may call up the National Guard for more help." So that's what's on the horizon from the president's perspective. But as we speak, the TSA administrator is on Capitol Hill sharing with lawmakers what impact this shutdown is having on those TSA workers. She said that really it's a challenging, fluid, and unpredictable situation, and explained to lawmakers workers really just want to be paid for the job they're doing rather than being caught in this political fight that we're seeing play out on Capitol Hill. She also noted, and I think this is really staggering, that TSA has been shut down for half of the fiscal year. Now, that's not just this current shutdown, but the two previous shutdowns that we saw that results in no pay for a lot of those TSA workers at airports across the country. And that's having a real impact. People on the ground are seeing it in the lines, but there are 50,000 airport security officers going without pay. And the TSA administrator explained that that means things like selling plasma, taking on second jobs for these workers, and it's resulted in record wait times at airports. She says if this shutdown drags on, we could soon see smaller airports have to just shut down entirely because they just don't have the workforce to staff it. Now, beyond that, 460 TSA officers have just quit their jobs entirely, adding to these short staffing issues. And that adds to the more than 1,000 TSA workers who quit during the 2025 shutdown. So this is really just a compounding problem that seems to be getting worse. I want you to take a listen to what the TSA administrator said and how she laid it out.
This level of disruption is unprecedented and unacceptable and significantly undermines the security of U.S. transportation systems.
Now, the TSA administrator said not only is it about the workers that are quitting now, she says they're also having trouble hiring on new workers. And so she really explained this as a problem that could result in a perfect storm because she pointed out the World Cup scheduled to happen this summer is going to bring a huge influx of international travelers here to the U.S. And at a time with staffing issues, we could see that really bog down airports even when the shutdown does end. Now, also testifying at this hearing were the head of the Coast Guard, the head of the Cybersecurity Administration, and the head of FEMA. Their workers, of course, also many of them going unpaid and facing challenges because of this shutdown. These are things that may be a little bit less visible to the public, they pointed out, than those impacts to TSA that, of course, Americans are seeing at airports. But the shutdown is hurting those critical arms of the government as well. And those heads testified that the shutdown is creating some real national security risks. FEMA head saying, especially with hurricane season on the horizon, this shutdown could mean a delay or even they're not able to get, help to Americans when storms hit, Nichole.
All right, so Hannah, as you said, there are real concerns about real security threats. We heard yesterday that there was a possible compromise gaining support, but now today it looks like that is not the case.
You're right. This sort of proposed deal on the table is on very shaky ground at this point. Democrats largely say they're just not happy with what Republicans have proposed. And to that end, we're seeing some Republican lawmakers say they aren't either. The president himself says he's really not excited about this deal. The proposal, though, it came out of this Monday meeting between Republicans and President Trump. And the deal on the table would fund most of DHS, but it would separate out money for ICE enforcement and removal operations. That's the compromise aimed at getting Democratic votes and getting this government, or DHS rather, reopened. But Democratic leadership says they are not going to pass a deal without the reforms to ICE and immigration enforcement that they've been pushing for. And some Republicans say they just don't like the idea of taking away money for ICE, even though the plan is to fund that through a different budget process. President Trump says he's unhappy. He's tentatively backing the deal, but he doesn't like it because he wanted Congress to pass his SAVE Act, which is that voter ID legislation that's pretty controversial. It's been creating a big firestorm on Capitol Hill separately from this. Now, Republicans do say they have a plan to get some of that legislation done in their other budget process as well.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.